Good evening. I'm Cadet Jackson, Commander of 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charlie Company. I'll be briefing Paragraph 1 of Operation Bobcat Lightning. Our task is to attack to destroy Objective Phantom in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion. Alpha Team will be supporting Effort 1 to support by fire in order to enable the main effort, which will be Bravo Team, to destroy enemy mortar team in order to deny enemy influence on battalion. The key weapon systems will be the M249 and M320. Attached to 1st Squad will be a weapons team. They will be supporting Effort 2. Their task is to isolate Objective Phantom in order to prevent enemy reinforcement onto Objective Phantom. Their key weapon system is the M240. Now I will discuss our area of operations and area of interest. To the west in AO No Slack, there is an enemy air defense artillery unit, along with a platoon battle position. To the southwest, there is going to be an airfield holding close air support with a trigger time of 30 minutes and will attack anything of battalion position or higher. To the east is AO Amrock, where Alpha Company will be. There is another air defense artillery position along with a company battle position. In RAO, to the north, we have Objective Reaper. To the west, Objective Ghost, and to the south, Objective Phantom, our objective. In the middle is our patrol base. To the west is Objective Reaper, which is what our operation is attempting to clear up from enemy control. Our GTAO, on a more zoomed in version to get a better picture. It has been raining the past couple weeks and is going to be raining during the week of this operation. So we assume that all these waterways are going to be flooded and or are full of water. This is going to cause problems for our movement and the enemy's movement through mobility corridors that are not paved or constructed. Along with that, restricted terrain is going to be on the ridge tops and highly dense areas, as you can see here. Our mobility corridors are labeled as those stronger roads as platoon level mobility corridors on those high avenues of approach, and on the smaller roads, squad levels. Our inner visibility lines are also going to be on the top of ridges and in between valleys. Urban considerations, we have to the west of our objective and to the north of our objective, small urban areas. This could cause problems for civilian considerations and the possible conduction of Battle Drill 6. Now our axes of approach, we have coming from right from the patrol base, we have Avenue of Approach 1, which will lead us to the north by hand railing the large highway here and using the trees and such as our cover and concealment to attack the north of the objective. Avenue of Approach 2 will be following the high mobility platoon level corridor to the north of the objective. This could cause problems because the enemy has access to CSK and other mobility assets that could lead them to be on the route a lot faster than we could be, and leaving us with zero cover and concealment. Avenue of Approach 3 is our most likely avenue of approach. We will follow the same route as Avenue of Approach 1, but instead of coming in on the north, we will follow the harsh and dense terrain to maintain cover and concealment and to gain a height advantage on the enemy objective and coming from the east. The enemy avenue of approach is going to be from the west, from that town, following this squad mobility corridor to the road into this four-way intersection. And then they could retreat south and come back north to get back to their unit. It is going to be extremely cloudy during our operation, and ELUM is going to be below 20% the entire operation, limiting night vision capabilities and capabilities during the day for both friendly and enemy forces. This requires us to stay closer in the enemy to be on a higher lookout. For key terrain, we have a battalion assessed key terrain, which is right in this urbanized town. And this is key terrain because it is giving the enemy control of Route Camaro, and it is key terrain for us because it is our desire to obtain Route Camaro. Key terrain 2, which I have assessed, is an intersection that leads directly to our patrol base. If the enemy gains access to this road right here, they could have perfect line of sight onto our patrol base, causing the loss of friendly forces. This GTAO is just a better look on the objective to give you a better idea of what restricted terrain we're dealing with and where the avenues of approach will take us. Now onto the enemy situation company analysis. In our area of operations, we have an enemy motorized infantry platoon occupying the southern part of our objective, and an enemy recon squad dismounted is going to be screening the north of the objective. Then we have the mortar team disrupting the east. On to the enemy situation platoon analysis. In the north, we have an enemy motorized squad disrupting the northern part of Route Camaro. And then we have an enemy motorized squad and their platoon headquarters occupying a intersection just south of the bridge. And then to the west of our objective is an enemy motorized squad controlling this town and this intersection that gives control of Route Camaro. To the north, we have that enemy recon squads screening in order to give early warning to their forces of our arrival. This is an enemy sit temp on the squad level. This recon squad that is screening in order to detect U.S. forces has most notable asset of a light machine gun and a semi-automatic sniper rifle that both have a range of 1,000 meters, likely oriented north towards our direction. To the southwest, to the west of our objective, we have an enemy squad controlling that town. Their most notable piece of equipment is their CSK with a 50 cal equivalent mounted on top with a range of 1,600 meters, and then another semi-automatic sniper rifle with a range of 1,000. That's notable because that CSK could take this high mobility route of approach and end up intersecting us at any point along our route. We expect them to have their AT-4 equivalent and M320 equivalents to the north and south of the road, looking for enemy travel. The enemy mortar team, again, will be on this area right here, and their task is to disrupt in order to deny U.S. battalion main efforts. The strengths that the enemy has is the ability for indirect fires. They have 152 millimeter howitzers and 82 millimeter mortars. Those can be called on at 10 and 5 minutes respectively onto our positions. Something they also have is the ability for mobility and speed of maneuver. They have access to all of these high mobility corridors and organically all have a CSK that can travel quickly on these high mobility corridors. Things they do not have is intelligence. They have to split up their forces, causing a lack of command and control because they do not have intelligence on our disposition or composition. On the objective, we have a better sight of where those mortars will be facing. They will be out in the open area because mortars must fire in an open area without tree coverage to the east. The most likely course of action from the enemy is to send that CSK once this mortar team takes contact, send that CSK through this squad mobility corridor in order to attack and disrupt our forces. The most dangerous course of action is the calling on 152 millimeter howitzers or the mobilization of an enemy platoon motorized unit to the west of our area of operations. Moving on to the concept sketch for the platoon, I will now brief the company mission statement. The company, Charger Company, 1-5 Infantry Battalion, disrupts enemy forces in Ao Rona no later than 30/2200 August 24 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion decisive operation. Key tasks are to disrupt enemy operations in depth, deny enemy uncontested use of high-speed avenues of approach, retain maximal combat power, avoid decisive engagements, and reconsolidate 2nd and 3rd platoons. In-state, North Torian forces in zone disrupted without accurate knowledge of charger element composition and disposition. Friendly, dispersed elements reconsolidated, postured for a follow-on offensive operations. Terrain, primary MSRs, and Ao Ronan contested. Civilian, minimize civilian casualties. Our adjacent units, 2nd and 3rd platoon, we do not currently know. They are in intermittent radio contact after the landing. The platoon mission is 1st platoon, the main effort, disrupts enemy forces in Ao Ronan no later than 30/2200 August 24 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion main influence. Key tasks are the same as the company key tasks. End states are the same as the company end states. Now the concept of this operation. 2nd squad is attacking to destroy objective Reaper to the north. 3rd squad is suppressing objective Ghost to keep them occupied. And then us, the main effort, 1st squad, is attacking to destroy objective Phantom to the south along Axis Ultra. This concludes the paragraph 1 briefing for 1st squad.